My name is Sushmita.
I'm Sam.
Broadcasting live from Global TV Bollywood Studio, India.
Live from Global TV London Studio. You are watching Global TV Philippines.
I'm so excited to join you. Catch me soon on the Rapporteur News with
Isabel
Isabel Fernandez and Chino Hansel
Filian.
Together, let's unite the universe with substance by bringing news you can trust. Until then.
See you.
Everybody, welcome to the Pinoy Cosplay Podcast. We are here live on the online pop culture event for a better normal. We are very excited to be here. And of course, let me introduce myself. I am DJ Muranagi, photographer from Guntography. And let me introduce my co-host. He is an established YouTuber and cosplayer. Please welcome Jovit Ryan!
Konnichiwa, what's up mga kalodi?
Jovit na wala.
Hello sa inyo. Hello sa inyo. Konnichiwa, what's up? Ayan.
Konnichiwa, what's up? Nasa ka na yan, Jovit?
Nasa
parang
nature.
Nasa labas ka.
Nasa nature tayo. Promote nature, yan.
Yan, of course. And our next co-host, he is also a blogger and a cosplayer. Please welcome Mr. Renan Hernandez from Rainism. Rain.
Nawala si Rain.
Nawala si Rain. Renan Hernandez. Oh, nawala si Rain. Continue na. So, ayun guys. So, we would like to welcome our special guest for this week. Of course, we are very privileged to have him. He is the organizer of this event and also the head of Red Cloud Interactive. We are very privileged to have him. Please welcome Master Poggy himself, Mr. David D'Angelo. Thank you for being with us here in the broadcast.
Kamusta? Magandang hapon naman sa inyong lahat. Kamusta kayo?
Ayan, sir. Welcome po sa ating broadcast. Kamusta kayo dyan, sir, sa area niyo, sir? Kamusta naman po
naman. Okay lang naman dito.
Nawala si Jobs na naman.
Balik natin. Jobik, pasok!
Nawala rin si Raynan, sir, yung isang co-host ko, sir.
Talaga, ganyan katubig natin. Ayan, bumabalik na siya.
Ayan.
Loading,
sir. Ayan, Raynan Hernandez, everybody from Rainism.
Yes.
Parang naging guest ka, bro, ah. So, and our next guest, he's also an established, he's also an established blogger and a photographer. Please welcome from Keepsakes, Mr. J. AGONOY. Sir J.
Hello.
Yes.
Magandang tanghali po sa inyo lahat, and madalas ko nakikita yung mukha ko dito sa mga lugar-lugar na to. Ayan, thank you for watching and listening to the Pinoy Cosplay Podcast. I'm glad to be here with all of you. Salamat po, and I'm looking forward to this discussion nga pala, no, kasi very relevant ito sa akin, ano, to give, pahabayin ko na, medyo pahabayin ko na. To give a profile, I'm also in the events industry, online events industry. So that is my day job. And, I'm part of Xink Events. We are now an online events organizer. So looking forward to share insights from our end to yours.
Yes, and as always, sir, welcome to the podcast. And guys, we would like to encourage, and also, of course, we would like to encourage everybody to donate to the benefits of Aksyon, Kalikasan, and Greenpeace. Sir David, can you explain the two organizations that we are doing it, that we are having this benefit for?
Ang hirap pala guest ka, tapos nagte-technical ka rin,
Sir.
Actually, yung event kasi na to, parang I was asked to volunteer for Greenpeace. So since environmental siya, sabi ko kina Camille doon sa team Visionaries, sige, I'll try out kasi I really don't want to volunteer muna sa Greenpeace kasi as you all know, I'm the president of the Green Party of the Philippines. So it's a political party for the environment. And ang dating iniisip ko, people might ask if the party is also endorsing Greenpeace or Greenpeace is supporting the political party. Bawal kasi sa Greenpeace yun. So my capacity here is a volunteer, as an individual volunteer for Greenpeace, not as any other, any other capacity kasi bawal po yun. So nung sabihin sa akin, sabi ko, sige, try natin na magkaroon ng online event. Alam ko na hindi siya madaling gawin. Kasi yung concept nito ay bago for us, for Red Cloud. Kahit naman siguro si Jake sa X-Link, sanay kami sa mga face-to-face events and conventions and everything. So, the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds, so wala akong kikitain dito sa Red Cloud. All of the guests here are all volunteers. Wala po kami kinayaran dito, alam nila yan. Even sina Prince, sina Jay, sina Maricres, the Miss Universe candidate, are all volunteers. Pati po kami, all of the proceeds will go to, about more than a half will go to Greenpeace, Better Normal campaign, and the other proceeds will go to Aksyon Kalikasan. Napaliwanag yun early on sa event kung ano yung mga project, syempre kay Greenpeace, they're helping establish the bike lanes, yung mga, kumbaga kasi, for us, ang cause ng pandemic is the old normal. So they were trying to create the better normal. Kaya Aksyon Kalikasan naman, andyan yung heirloom seeds, yung seed library, kung saan pwede kayong kumuha ng seed na libre, pero at the same time, parang library, alam mo sa library, di ba? Pag kumiram ka ng libro, ibabalik mo rin yung libro. So parang sa seed library, pag kumiram ka ng seeds, pag tumubo na yung mga tinanim mo, kailangan mo rin ibalik sa library yung seeds para continuous. Kumbaga meron kang ownership. So yun yung pupuntahan ng mga donation po ninyo. Hindi po namin ito ibubulsa. Yes.
Ayun, thank you so much for the information. Also, we would like to encourage everybody to donate to help us make a better normal. So ayun nga, today's topic is all about the rise of online cosplay or online pop culture events. So as we all know, the government has banned all mass gatherings, especially there will be no conventions until there is a vaccine or COVID-19 is completely gone. So it's as of today, as of Wednesday of August 20th, the DOH has a total COVID cases of 178,022 cases with 61,025 active cases. So we really need to be careful. We would like to encourage everybody once again to observe social distancing and wear a mask and do proper hygiene. Is that right, everybody? Diba?
Yes. Face mask.
Yes, especially ikaw, Jobit, nasa labas ka.
Yes.
At wala kang face shield.
Ano sabi ni Kim Chu?
Bawal lumabas.
Tanda ko, pag sinabing nag-comply ka,
nag-comply ka. So ayun, let's get to the matter of hand.
Pag nag-comply ka, may face shield ka, may face mask ka, pwede ka na lumabas. So, tama naman.
Yes.
Pwede na.
Tama si Kim
Hindi ka na
Chu.
huling eh.
Jobit, may tubig ka ba dyan? Alam kong ang init na yun sa labas,
Meron eh.
So ayun, guys.
Mainit. Hindi, meron naman. May palamig naman ako dito.
So ayun guys, let's go to the questions and the matters at hand. Also, we're talking about the online cosplay convention. This is the first ever online cosplay convention. Diba tama tayo, Sir David?
No, no.
Hindi
Hindi
siguro
tayo ang
kami yung
first.
first.
Kasi may mga nauna na mga pop culture conventions already have established their own. So let's see. First is ToyCon. I'm affiliated with ToyCon. I'm assisting ToyCon in a way. They have this program called TV. So second, Nerd Rage PH. They pulled up together yung mga organizers ng ToyCon, Comic-Con, and Cosplay.ph to have a roundtable ng mga organizers. That's one part of their Nerdfest online. Third is, of course, Cosplay.ph, yung kanilang kakatapos lang na FanFest online na I'm lucky to be there. And it's a great experience rin, irregardless of the platform. Most common platforms ngayon ay Zoom, but there are other platforms na in-explore ng mga organizers, such as also with the Red Cloud team, with kay David nga. So again, to bring back, hindi na tayong unang online cosplay
Pero
convention.
siguro, if we would be siguro the first one to explore a bigger, yung alam mo yan, yung
bigger audience, sir.
of having a bigger audience kasi I think most of the other organizers are using Zoom, and sabi ko na nga, the limitation of Zoom is 100 people, so we try to explore the Facebook through private groups kasi it can grow to kahit 100,000 nga yung magpunta, pwede naman eh. And then we will use still the Zoom platform siguro for fan meetings later on, kaya ng mga sinabi nga na-explore ng ibang organizers. And then itong broadcast ng StreamYard for kasi di ba dati sa mga con, we have the stage. Sa stage, di ba may segment? So kumbaga, ito yung stage ng convention. And later on, yung Zoom, yun naman yung mga parang mini panel discussion and fan meets. So we're trying to broaden lang yung mga nasimula na rin ng ibang organizers. Kasi every organizer naman, I think, is doing their best to bring back yung mga namimiss din yung convention.
So especially, we're not expecting a convention until next year. Especially, wala pang vaccine.
And if I may, the World Health Organization has also said in a statement that this was posted on One News na they're hoping pa lang to have this pandemic end within 2 years, or at least 2 years. This compared to the Spanish flu pandemic na it took them quite long, so mga 4 years siguro yun. Sabi kasi sa is 2 years, half of the Spanish flu pandemic na mga 1910s.
Ang kasi parang may mga nagko-comment tungkol dun sa vaccine, no. Tapos meron ako nabasa kahapon na article na ang tanong mas deadly daw ang HIV, mas deadly daw ang pneumonia by 100,000, 57,000 per year. So not necessarily daw yung lockdown, not necessarily itong mga ginagawa natin. But the thing is, ang COVID kasi, ang problema dito is gaano siya kabilis mag-spread, no? So imagine,
especially the virus is evolving na. May bago na strain, di ba?
Hindi pala natin alam ang origins, nag-evolve na siya. So, kailangan makita yung origins to check that, to trace kung paano nag-evolve yung virus. And that's
kasi
something
na ito, halimbawa, Jay, sa office nyo, you have 100 people, may isa lang na pumasok na may COVID, the next day, all of the 100 people are positive cases. So, imagine sa barangay nyo, di ba? Kung may mga COVID cases doon, nag-meet sila, the next week or so, all of those in the barangay are infected with the disease. And pneumonia, at yung trangkaso po, hindi ganon. Kahit nga may kasama kang may trangkaso sa bahay, di ba? Hindi ka naman instant magkakatrangkaso. Sa COVID, talagang 90% you will be infected if you are really...
Tapos hindi nyo pa alam, di ba, na kung infected kayo kasi may asymptomatic patients naman tayo, di ba? Yun pa. Yes. So ayun guys, let's go to our questions for today. So today's question is, why an online cosplay convention or online pop culture event? Let's start with Sir David, since of course, Sir David.
Ano ang yung question?
Why an online cosplay convention or online pop culture event?
Bakit daw online event?
Yes, sir.
Kasi I think, ang kasi natin ngayon, parang, alam mo yun, unang-una, the events industry have to prosper. Otherwise, di ba, these are companies that are paying taxes, di ba? Tapos, these are companies with people na maasa din sa negosyo to. So if we will not get online and then there's a prevention of having mass gatherings up to 5 or 10 people, these companies will shut down. So the only option is really to go online and to explore online platforms like
Especially the online platform is vast and very wide talaga and very common na talaga sa everyday lives natin.
yeah,
Diba,
yeah.
sir?
That's the only solution for you to have not only pop culture convention or cosplay but also to have like trainings, seminars, and even yung mga, di ba, mga corporate events, Jay. This is the only way that it can continue and people
Oo.
can
Yes.
be educated.
In the
Talagang
age of
these are
disruption,
tough times
evolve
talaga.
or die. Mm-mm. In the
Sige,
age of
sir.
disruption, you either evolve or die.
Oh, yeah, tama, di ba?
Tama.
Mm-mm.
So
yes.
sir, kayo, Sir Jay, sa tingin nyo, bakit online culture events or something online cosplay conventions? Kayo, Sir Jay.
All right. So when this concept of online cosplay convention, I'll coin it to a certain cosplayer by the name of Jeff. I'll coin that one kasi nauso yan nung mga memes eh. Sa memes yan nanggaling eh, as far as I can see it. And then we just adopted it kasama si Hiro Tan ng Fate Philippines. We just made up a series of Facebook lives na eto, live kami on Facebook and this is what we can see. And then si Hiro naman, he established this online cosplay convention. Ako naman, in-invite ko yung mga katropa ko, mga kakilala ko who's an alumni ng World Cosplay Summit, si King Rusidi ng Malaysia, si Sigrid Enero ng Cebu, Team Class S. Currently, they're the current representative ng Pilipinas sa Cosplay Summit at kasama si Shensky. And alam mo yon, parang these interactions, nakakulong ka, you're forced to stay at home or else get the risk of contracting the virus. Really, nakakalungkot yung situation ngayon na we are stuck at home, hindi tayo makapag-socialize. This is very dangerous, lalo na sa mga extroverts. So, in most cases, they always need interaction. Kailangan ng tapik sa balikat kahit na parang makulit. So, this compared to the past epidemic na ang gamit lang natin is panulat at papel. Ito naman, we're communicating via many means, Twitter, Facebook, social media, YouTube. Nakakwento natin yung mga stories na gusto nating iungkat uli, mga memories. This is why it's a good year for content kasi it's not just us who are doing live streams. It's also the virtual YouTubers. Sumabog yan ngayon. Kiryu Koko, Hoshimachi Suise, Shirakami Fubuki, yan mga virtual YouTubers. Ars Almal, so age of content. In the age of content, attention is plenty, and this is what online events need to focus on. Simply because everyone's stuck at home, everyone is forced to have their connections, internet connections. I believe nag-surge ang paggamit ng internet these days to the point na parang minsan yung mga services na inaasahan natin na it will be very stable, hindi nagiging stable. Infrastructure din, no? So what I'm saying here is that for online events organizers, this is their benefit na everybody's connected online. They're forced to, and at the same time, they can still do business. We can still do business by sharing our stories online. In other words, bakit kailangan ng ganitong events? Interaction. Nami-miss natin eh. This is the feeling na nami-miss natin even physically.
Yes, I miss the crowded places, especially sa halls. Tapos yung
Ako din. Dami ko sinabi, no? Oo. Yun yung nami-miss natin. Ako, I miss going to SMX. I was about to go to Bayanihan Center for an event. Lalakarin ko na lang. And then, pandemic happened. So, parang ang lungkot naman ng buhay ko.
Tapos, sir, naganap pa tayo. May cosplay carnival pa tayo.
Cosplay carnival supposed to be. I still have the tickets.
Ako din. It's still here. Yun nga, sir.
Actually, yung sa ano nga, yung itong POF, we have tons of plan dapat, like yung mga bagong innovation, yung low-cost cosplay, di ba? Nakikita rin na-advertise namin. Even yung dapat magkakaroon ng kauna-unahang, hindi mo kailangang magsuot ng cosplay mismong costume, pero makakakit ka sa stage. Kailangan alam mo lang yung character. Tapos kailangan yung judges.
Yung parang
Parang is this charades?
parang improv, sir.
Parang yung
Tama ba?
kailangan ng judges para mataas ang score mo,
Interesting yan.
malaman niya kung sino yung character mo. Diba? So, kasi nakikita namin parang ang dami gustong mag-cosplay.
Ayos
Pero
yan.
wala silang pampagawa ng costume. Sabi na,
Walang
sige, try
costume.
natin to. Diba? Kaya lang, unfortunately, yun nga, nagkaroon ng pandemic. Sayang nga kasi even Robinsons gave the venue for free. Tapos ang dami din nag-commit. Pero, yun. We all have to cancel it. Diba?
Ang nami-miss ko kay David is pinapapunta niya ako sa mga malalayong lugar na first time ko mapuntahan. Bulacan, Novaliches, Fairview, my goodness.
Kapali pa rin ka talaga, sir.
Papali pa rin talaga ako yan. Ipad ako dyan.
Alam mo yan, by February, wala na di ba? Kasi hindi pa kami nag-cancel agad, pero wala
Ito yun as far as I've observed, also as a fellow events staff and pumupunta ng events, last event that I went to was Otaku Fest in Cebu. And things weren't, let's say, kumbaga parang wala pa masyadong balita about COVID sa Cebu. Nung pagbalik ko din sa Manila and then nagsulputan na yung mga balita dyan sa COVID na sa Cebu, it was parang sabi ko, ba't ganon? Parang
last convention ko. Sorry.
Ako. So, really, yung hindi mo talaga na-expect. I was supposed to go to Icon, yung Anime Idol Convention, pero I had work at that time, hindi ko napuntahan, sayang. And that was apparently the last event sa Bayanihan Center. Everything else, while events organizers are hopeful na makakapag-event ulit sila this year, it's not possible. Wala talaga. And even the Department
Malabo talaga.
The Interagency Task Force on Emerging Infectious Diseases, IATF, has laid out the guidelines na pag GCQ, MECQ, ECQ ka, walang events. Unless it's on online platform.
Yes.
So you don't have
actually
online.
itong online platform na to, sabi nga ni Jay, kasi ako extrovert talaga ako So dumating ako sa point siguro,
Same
bago
here,
ako yung kalikasan, di ba, I have several shows na nagkaroon ako ng AKTV. Kasi dumating sa point na dahil wala akong ginagawa, hindi ako nakakalabas. Alam mo yung pakiramdam mo na sobrang bored ka, na parang sumasakit ang tiyan mo, hindi maramdaman kung bakit. So kasabi
hindi ka
ko,
mapakali.
I just made myself busy. I created several online shows. We even have webinars on urban gardening and stuff like that. So parang sabi, kailangan maging busy. Otherwise, yung baka extrovert Ano to palaho lang ang introverts to
Oo.
Yung mga gusto ko lang sa bahay. So, yun nga. So, ako personally, in personal experience, I would love to go back outside. Kasi sobrang kulong na ako sa bahay You only see the four corners of your house. Lalabas ka lang kung kailangan mong bumili sa tindahan or may tatapon ka lang na basura sa trash can, usually. So, ako talaga usually I want to go outside, see SMX again, see SM Bacoor again kasi it's just a walking distance lang kasi sa akin. Hindi ako makalabas. And usually, I feel like being an extrovert, medyo nakukulong na ako. Parang hindi ako nasanay na you see the same faces every day. Pagkagising mo, hi ma, hi dad. Ano lang. You really miss your friends.
Patay din ang malls ngayon Patay din ang malls ngayon. The only surviving things in malls are shops. Recreations, wala.
Ang pinakamahirap din sa akin kasi personally, Red Cloud naman is not a corporate it's not a corporate company. Hindi siya ganong kalalaki ang charges. It is for us staff saka ako, additional income kasi siya. Lalo na sa akin, I have 3 kids, 'di ba? I have to send them to school. So ang laki ng epekto talaga nung nawala yung events. Like August, 'di ba? Imagine August is the cyber month of almost every mall including the big SM. So
yes. Dapat nga may Tekken tournament na yun dito sa SM Bacoor August, may Tekken tournament dapat dito sa SM Bacoor and nag-COVID.
Sobrang hectic ng August, pero ngayon, wala. Kaya problemado sa tuition. Ako personally, yung pandagdag ko sa tuition ng kids ko is also affected. Kasi this is a partnership business. So, mas talaga very limited ang budget namin sa Red Cloud.
I really feel you, David, no? Kasi sa amin dito, syempre, kailangan namin mag-adjust. So, everyone's work at home. At the moment, siguro yung mga colleagues ko nasa ibang lugar na, they went back home na, and ilan na lang kaming natitira dito. But we will manage. We have managed naman. We have successfully managed 52 live events on Facebook and social media. 52 starting from the quarantine, starting from the time na we adjusted to being an online events organizer. So it's a big feat, 52 live events. That includes our recently, kakatapos ng Business Marketplace na show ng bossing namin si Orly Ballesteros, and it was an interesting exchange of conversation.
Kasi para sa akin yata nauna yung shows, yung individual shows for Action Kalikasan bago ako nag-dwell talaga sa events. Kasi sabi ko, ang laki kasi ng problema ko rin. Sabi ko, I will not think first muna kung paano ko gagawin itong event na to. I'll just develop shows for the environment. And I was lucky to guest several big people on the show and develop from, alam mo yun, dalawa lang yung nanonood siya. Sabi ko nga, parang ayaw ko na mag-game streaming eh. Gusto ko na yung environmental show kasi mas marami akong nanonood sa akin. Mas effective yata ako na host ng more serious shows rather than, playing Mobile Legends. Parang yata sa edad ko.
Well, depende naman kasi sa kung magaling kang mag-commentate habang naglalaro ka, hindi ka madali ma-distract, you're good at it, then you'll be okay in the gaming stream naman eh. Pero kung ikaw yung parang mas script ka or you love to look at idiot boards or the camera rather, well, you're also fit for hosting other live events.
Ayun. So next question. Okay, next question is, will online cosplay conventions or online pop culture events become a trend? Sir David, you start. Sir David, sa tingin niya.
I think it will be a trend even if, even kahit matapos yung pandemic, I think online pop culture events will continue to be there. Siguro ang mawawala lang pag nag-new normal, kung malilesen, babalik siyempre yung mga malalaking convention. Pero there will always be parang yung mga meet and greet, diba? Yung mga fan probably it will remain part of the online events culture. Ang kasi, sa totoo lang, hindi naman mawawala tong COVID, even there's a vaccine. Yung flu nga, di ba, hindi nawala, andyan pa rin. So, technically, it will be endemic sa atin, kaya yung iba, siguro, na may precaution, baka hindi rin masyadong pumunta sa mga convention na sobrang dami, sobrang siksikan ng tao, or otherwise, magkakaroon talaga ng limitation sa attendance, baka hindi na pwede yung, alam mo yun, yung mga event na halos hindi na kayo makagalaw, so baka magkakaroon ng limitation.
Like Cosplay Mania, Toycon, mga big events, BOA.
Baka may strict observance na probably of the venue. So tuloy pa rin.
There's always this fear of contracting the virus eh. There's always this fear. So
kahit may vaccine kasi baka hindi pa rin kasi the strand is continuously evolving or mutating. You don't know kung kailan mawawala to. So especially actually naisip ko nga to, especially pag natamaan tayo ng like a hurricane or like a tropical storm man lang na maliit. Tapos hindi tayo pwede lumabas. Pwede tayo mag-online convention, 'di ba? Just para lang din updates or 'di ba? Usually yun naisip ko eh. You can also apply this on like yung kagaya tayo, we're a tropical country, para pwede tayo if ever may tropical storm or something, pwede tayo mag-live events from here at our home.
Yes.
Okay, Sir Jay, what do you think? Will online cosplay conventions become a trend?
It
Dito
is a
pala ako
trend
tumitingin.
right now. It is a trend, and if you can, I'm curating this list of online events from not just in the Philippines but also overseas. There's this event called Otakuton in Canada. It's a bilingual anime convention, meaning English and French, kasi Canada is a French colony, I believe, back then. Correct me if I'm wrong. And they were able to successfully hold a live stream, plus they were able to put up a virtual experience. So the world is virtual nowadays. The future is now. And these pop culture conventions, cosplay conventions are now a trend these days. Sunod-sunod na po yan. Anime Festival Asia will be releasing its own AFA station. I believe this is done with the success, after the success of the Creator Super Stream in Indonesia. First time nilang, that was the second AFA event. The first online event was AFA United, streamed on YouTube. So that's the situation abroad, ano. There's many cons, and even on this September 4 to 6 virtual Crunchyroll Expo. So I'll have to be there. Puyatan yan kasi Eastern time is 12 hours opposite of us. So kung 12 alauna ngayon, alauna ng hapon ngayon, alauna ng umaga sa kanila doon sa US Eastern time. So yes, it is a
Talagang
trend.
around the world kayo niyan, Sir Jay, no?
Mr. Worldwide. We can all
Mr.
be
Worldwide.
You can all just have an internet connection, a stable rig, and then kung ano mang use your resources right now. There's many online events, many people you can talk to. Isekai-Con was great because I was able to talk to people, fans from the other hemisphere, the other side.
So, ayun. So, our next question is coming from Mr. Reynand Hernandez. Sir Rain. Reynand?
Hello. Hello po. Ayun. So, yung... Hello.
Yes, we can hear you well.
Hello?
We can hear you well.
Okay na po ba?
Okay na.
Okay na.
So, ayan. So, yung questions ko po is... So, yung question ko po is, how can online convention and pop culture events be as exciting as the traditional convention? Since nga, diba, lahat tayo online, so lahat tayo nasa bahay lang. So, how can this be as exciting? How can we cosplayers be excited to attend this kind of conventions online?
Sino ang sagot?
Sir,
Let's start with Sir Jay muna. Let's start with Sir Jay.
Sige. Actually, lahat tayo ako hindi ako cosplayer, but I have cosplayer friends na nagko-cos trials sila. Even before they go to event, they show their selfie and all that. Doon nagsimula yung online cosplay convention eh. May virtual na CQ, may online CQ, may online photographer. Jeff, if you're listening to
Iniisip
this,
ko paano yung online photography.
Online photography. Snapshot sa screenshot ka lang. Post ka ng konti, tapos i-screenshot ka over the other counter, and then sila na bahala. Oo. Diba? May online CQ, may online staff. Comic-Con International did this video wherein parang they mimic the feel, the look and feel of Comic-Con at their own homes. Yung mga staff, pinagsalita nila na this is what it does, etc. Really, that was fun. And that is perhaps the best example I can tell. Yung sa Comic-Con International, yung video nila. So, what was the question again? Buksan ko uli yung notes at we have these questions in advance, to be honest. It's as exciting as the physical conventions simply because walang hassle sa traffic. Ang hassle lang is internet traffic. So virtual traffic yun. Oo, yun lang yung
especially here sa Philippines, medyo mabagal pa tayo.
Infrastructure is bad. Bad enough para if madaliin ng gobyerno yung pagtatayo ng mga common towers, sometimes to the detriment of some people who are against it. Pero again, internet is now a necessity. Infrastructure is needed. Hindi natin masisisi yung mga it's a binary thing eh. either you believe in your health or believe in the technology na ano, either you do it for yourself or for the common good, mga ganon. There's just so many things to consider. Pero talagang desisyon ng gobyerno, tayo kayo ng tower. Tayo kayo ng tower. Infrastructure. So, yun nga, no? Again, online conventions will be as exciting as physical conventions because one, you still have your friends with you, you're jamming on Zoom, nakatambay kayo sa bahay, you're doing your cost trials, hindi na kayo babiyahe. And you've been doing this cost trial thing all along. Just to realize na, hey, this is actually as exciting as it is. This is coming from a non-cosplayer like me. Sa inyo, Jovit, I want to put the ball in your kasi cosplayer ka. Was it as exciting? Ito dapat yung tanong na sinasagot niyo. Was it as exciting as the physical events?
Actually, Sir Jay, exciting siya in a way din kasi kakaiba siya. Unlike sa convention. Sa convention na nasanay na tayo na pupunta pa tayo. Sa online naman is kahit sa bahay ka lang tapos mag-makeup ka na. Then costume. TikTok na ginagawa namin ni Rain. Nagti-TikTok kami. Ayan. So yun, diretso cosplay na agad. Ang maganda niya, walang gastos talaga. Kasi di ba, gastos ka pa sa pagkain, di ba? Doon lahat eh.
Ticket, pamasahe. Ayun.
Mas maganda. Maganda rin kahit na mawala tong pandemic, maganda talaga merong ganitong event din palagi. Alternate. Meron tayong alternative. Apo. Ganun po.
Kaya Sir David, sa tingin niyo, sir, will online cosplay conventions or pop culture events be as exciting as the traditional conventions?
Ang diyan, human beings are social beings eh. So to directly answer that, it will not be as exciting. Kasi we are social beings eh. So iba pa rin yung nakikita mo yung tao ng personal, nakakausap mo sila ng personal. But since we cannot do anything about it, where we have a pandemic going on, and the best thing we can do is, una, siguro the organizers should also ask event goers what do they want to have in an event para they could make it as exciting as it could be. Kasi tayo naman, syempre yung mga consumer ng content ng event ang magde-decide kung exciting ba ito o hindi. Siguro sa end namin, kaya namin i-explore yung through Facebook groups kasi gusto namin na alam yan, mas maraming tao yung maka-attend, tapos pwede mo siguro i-message doon. Kasi sa Facebook group, if you do not know, you can actually create rooms inside a Facebook group. So, basta nandun kayo, you can create a room, pwede kayo mag-usap-usap, mag-jump kayo doon. Pag nakita mo din yung kakilala mo, pwede mong i-message, diba? So, technically, using the private Facebook group can create in some way a bigger audience. Kasi alam mo naman sa Zoom, pag Zoom, paunahan, diba? Pag hindi pa lipas, o sino na makabayad, yun yung makakapunta. Pero exciting naman sa Zoom, makikita niyo isa't isa, diba? You can discuss with each other. Pero then again, the limitation is there. Pag naman siguro Google Meet ang ginamit mo, ang problema naman ng event organizer, the event organizer has no control over Google Meets. That's the problem. Hindi mo sila pwedeng
Very true.
Hindi mo sila, alam mo yun, pwedeng kung sino yung gusto ipakita, napakahirap. So yun, sa Facebook chat group naman, mas mahirap. So siguro it can be exciting as long as the organizer of event listens to the consumer of those events and then try to listen to them and then gawin nila hanggat kaya nila. Yun naman yun eh. Hindi naman yung event organizer lang masusunod dito eh. Kayo pupunta sa event. Ang i-decide kung
in marketing that's called market research.
Yeah.
Oo. Tapos it takes, tama si David, it takes two to tango. It's not just the congoers are getting excited. Dapat yung content din na ilalabas exciting din. So again, it takes two to tango pagdating sa mga ganitong events. It's the same thing as online events. Or sa physical events rather.
Batiin ko lang yung mga nagko-comment sa atin. David
Sige,
Ricardo
sir.
Pero, si Christian Duncan James, ayan.
Yes, sir.
Si
Yan, si
Jackie
Gary Montero.
Hey, Sir Christian. Hello, Sir Christian.
Gary Montejo, all the way from
Hello.
Cebu.
Hello po, Sir Gary.
Hi,
Welcome
Jay
po to the
Agonoy
show.
daw.
Thank you sa
Salamat po
panonood.
sa pagpanonood. Yan.
So, ayun nga. So, Reynan, continue with your questions.
So second question, well, thank you nga pala sa pagsagot ng first question. Second question is, how can the organizers, how can organizers of online convention interact with the audience, especially this pandemic?
Sino yung sasagot?
Sir,
Pero mo,
Sir
Sir
Jay. Kayo muna,
David?
Sir Jay.
David.
Sir Jay.
David.
Nagdalawang beses Sir
Wala.
Sir David eh.
Sir Jay, Sir
Kayo
Jay.
muna, Sir Jay.
Okay. Hindi, it's all a matter of the way, the method of communication. For example, FanFest online, Zoom ang gamit nila, they stream it on a custom platform, tinistream nila sa Facebook. That's fine. Kasi you're still interacting with people eh. Again, parang Zoom meetings are the new normal ngayon, ano? Zoom meetings are the norm ngayon. Kaya nga taas ng value ng Zoom ngayon eh. Dahil sa atin, hindi tayo mapakali. So, how do organizers interact? One, video interaction.
Yes,
Two,
po.
comments like the comments that we are seeing here. So, hi kay Christian Duncan James. Yeah, thank you for relaying, for validating my statements. Kasi yun nga, ano pa ba? Okay, yun yung naisip natin. There's still interaction, although hindi masyadong physical, or hindi talaga physical, ano. More, there's still interaction, but limited.
Next, Sir
David, I want to pass the ball to you.
siguro yung method of communication kasi technically I would say na for us organizers ito medyo mahirap no yung una sa organizer side medyo mahirap din dahil siyempre you have to it is hard to communicate individually online lalo kung meron kang event na meron kang speaker, meron kang mga cosplayers like this one. So kahit siguro mag-create ka ng GCs, groups, o kaya mag-call kayo, may hindi makaka-attend, may mabagal na internet, may hindi makakasabay sa discussion. So it's harder. Pero you have to utilize the method of communication. During the event naman, I think how to communicate first depends on ano yung system na pinrovide ng organizer. Like as of now, pinaprovide namin in this event is the StreamYard, yung Facebook comment, and if hindi manonotice nyo yung anong tawag dito, yung description ng event, people can actually click a live link. It's called may link siya diyan. Ano nga yung ito bit.ly/askpopcornbetternormal. You can join the Google Meet link and then pwede kayong mag-ask ng tanong live. So, ipapasok namin kayo dito sa StreamYard and then you can ask the question directly. So pwede rin yung ganun. So it depends on the organizer eh. Kasi hindi ka namin pwedeng gusto mo Zoom. Eh hindi naman pinrovide ng organizer na may Zoom meeting. Tulad dito, wala naman Zoom, di ba? So as long as the organizer gives a decent method of communication, I think it would be a very good event. Hindi lang yung hindi lang yung manonood lang sila.
Kasi, or the opposite end, hindi mag-zoom bomb or what na.
Saka organizers need to accept feedback right now kasi this is a totally different arena of doing an event. It's a totally parang sabihin na natin socially backward, di ba? Kasi in terms of interaction, physical interaction, we have doing it. Yan.
Sir, lang po, additional lang regarding sa question ko. Paano po yung mga nagsisell ng merch? How can they still do business with online conventions? Lalo kung meron din kasama ang mga cosplayers. How can they control, paano yung control nun? Sir Jay?
Ako, well, everybody's doing online shopping to the point na even the BIR are asking online sellers to register themselves with the agency, with the Internal Revenue Service of the Philippines, no? So, the future is online. People can set up shops. Madali po mag-set up ng shop sa e-commerce as long as you understand the basics of it. And kung nagbebenta ka naman, I'm sure makakabenta ka. The only thing that you need to figure out is how to ship the product to the customer. I think it's a no-brainer para sa mga gumagamit na ng mga super apps, Grab, Lalamove, etc., Mr. Speedy or whatnot. No? Not endorsing any brand, but yeah, you figure.
Okay, Sir.
Okay.
Okay, Sir David.
Siguro
Okay.
ang iniisip ko kasi, I think ang Cosplay Mania introduced that type of convention sa Zoom na andun yung mga sellers. So ang dito kasi sa event na to, parang I'm thinking of evolving it later on. Probably you can invite the online sellers to have a thread. Yung kasi naisip ko parang may thread sila sa inside the group, and then pwede mag-comment doon kung may bibili na pumasok, and then you can connect them to a Zoom app na bayad din ng organizer na you can discuss within the Zoom app na andun yung seller, yung mga sellers, pwede makausapin. Pwede yun. Pwedeng i-develop yun.
Sorry. To give insight lang, the FanFest online merch area, yung event area nila, exhibit hall nila was held at Discord. This is para siyang bagong MIRC.
Okay.
Oo. So Discord po, Discord is a way. Of course, there are other shops in the way. Social media is also a way. Ginagawa niya ng mga nagko-commission, sell digital art, pay through e-wallets, and then the output is yours, so on and so forth. Nowadays, madali na yung i-figure out kasi everybody's doing it eh. You can ask every one of your peers to do that.
Oo, kasi sa Discord pwede ka naman gumawa ng, 'di ba, ng channel mo, tapos pwede may mga rooms per online seller, 'di ba?
Possible. Okay nga po 'yun, no. So
May
next
tanong
question
dito.
na po. Okay.
Sa private chat yung talog.
Ano ba may private chat natin?
Oo, may private chat tayo dito. So, sino magbabasa?
Okay.
Siguro question again later.
Mag-alalag ako.
Okay.
When do you think, ako na nagbasa, we will come back to the actual convention? Yung ba yung tanong mo, Setting?
Sa akin po yan.
Marami to, tanong mo. When do you think we will come back to the actual convention
Sa atin
setting?
yun, diba?
Yung unang
Apo.
question. I'll answer it one by one. Siguro si Jay, ganun din. Isa-isa na lang din. Actually, it depends on when the pandemic will end, when the vaccine. It depends on the government. I cannot really, hopefully next year, but it really depends on the IATF. So, wala tayong clear na
Especially, baka narinig kong balita, Russia has already developed a vaccine. Pero,
technically, I would rather have a vaccine from a democratic country rather than a country that is ruled by a military, kasi mahirap yan eh. Hindi natin
Hey,
alam.
Sir Jay, what do you think? What do you think about that?
Okay, unless we have a vaccine, hindi matatapos tong kaguluhang ito itong matahimik na kaguluhang ito. This is a very silent chaos. Kasi makikita mo sa tahimik, nakakatorete, no? Hindi tayo babalik sa nakasanayan na. Either we return or we stay with online events, or we return with actual physical and then online events. Ang kaso dito is that sa MECQ kasi, or MGCQ, pinabasa ko dito yung memo ng Department of Tourism, ayon na rin sa IATF guidelines, is that 50% limit of from the maximum venue capacity. Kung isang hall, for example, function room 1 sa second floor ng SMX Manila, kaya niya siguro accommodate ng mga around 100-200 people compared dun sa typical
mas malaki ata yung hall dun sa baba, di ba, Sir Jay? Dun sa SMX.
Yes. It was intended to be that huge, pero 50%, since sinasabi na 50%, magka-crowd control yan. E di, pag nagka-crowd control yan, ang caveat naman, ang catch naman nun is yung pila sa labas. It will, hindi pa tayo naka-experience ng pila na kasing haba ng Anime Expo in Los Angeles.
Ang pinakamahabang pila na experience ko is talaga either Cosplay Mania or yung UP Ame ata yun, yung 2000.
UP Ame, ayun.
UP Ame.
In what?
Doon sa World Trade.
World Trade. Ame Fair N. Ame Fair 10. Oo, Ame Fair X. I missed that. Yeah. Mahaba yun. Talagang long queues. We can't avoid long queues if we hold events. Tapos limited yung capacity to 50%. That's kind of parang pampalubag-loob, but it's in the long run, it doesn't. To me, if you ask my opinion, my personal opinion, it still doesn't work pagdating sa mga events na katulad natin. And just to think of it, everyone is wearing masks. So yung Toby na cosplay, yung mga Toby na cosplay dyan, they will have their masks on and it will still be Toby. I'm not sure with the rest.
Ayun nga, sir. So ayun, let's go.
Face mask sa cosplay nyo. How about that? Again, coming from a non-cosplayer like me, really.
Medyo naisip ko yung mga safe lang ata pumunta ng convention, naka-armor.
Pero technically, hindi din kasi yung yung kasing, alam mo yan, yung particulates kasi, may measurement yan eh. So yung actually, yung face mask natin, di ba mayroon yung parang, alam mo yan, yung pagdugsungan ng mga fibers, yun yung mine-measure nung kung safe ba o hindi na magamit yung face mask. So dapat talaga meron pang parang inner layer yan.
Ang sabi pa nga, pag tinitig mo yung face mask sa araw, tapos makikita mo medyo translucent, hindi safe yun eh.
Yes. Kasi maliliit yung virus na yun. As in, sobrang liit din. So, hindi mo siya nakikita. So, mahirap pa rin eh.
Sige, next question tayo siguro.
Next question. Kay ano ulit yun? Kay Reynand. Reynand.
Sagot na ba yung tanong?
Safety measures will be applied once the mass gathering is allowed. So, safety measures.
Hindi.
Hindi. Ako yun dapat, sir. Ikaw, Reynand, number 6. If online conventions were to happen, will they still be selling tickets or is it free so everybody can join in?
Ayun, oo.
So let's start with Sir David naman. Sir David.
Oo, muna.
Ang issue kasi dito, parang the people who are watching this live right now, and yung mga kapanood pa, organizing an event is not easy. You have to pay for the technology. You have to pay for the time of the people organizing the event. Kaya technically, organizers will do pre-events and pre-segments. Tulad nito, itong segment na to naka-broadcast sa labas, di ba? Everyone can watch it, di ba? Pero there are other segments na kailangan mo magbayad. Kasi organizers have to earn. Otherwise, sabi nga ni Jay kanina, di ba? Huwag lalaho yung mga nag-organize ng event. So technically, you have to support event organizers right now more than ever. And if mayroong bayad, magbayad po tayo as long as kaya natin, di ba? Kasi kung hindi natin sila suportahan sa panahon ng pandemic and they end up being bankrupt, baka wala nang babalik na event organizer. So kailangan po ng mga event organizers ang tulong ninyo, lalong-lalo na sa panahon na ngayon. So there will be pre-events, but definitely there will also be paid events that we need to support. Pag yung, may bayad yan, ayoko dyan, dito ako sa libre. Pag puro libre yung sinuportahan natin, paano naman, di ba? Paano magbabayad ng tao, technical, ng tech na gagamitin, di ba? Kawawa naman.
Very true.
We share the same point with that, and also, just in the news, it is reported na may allocation ang tourism industry. This was supposed to be 10 billion pesos from Bayanihan 2 na pinalagan kasi ilalagay daw sa infrastructure tourism infrastructure. Pero kailangan kasi ng mga SMEs, small and medium enterprises, yung ayuda. Ayuda pa lang yon, utang din yon. So solid din nila. And really, pinaglaban ito for the past few days. We're just, I'm myself, I'm waiting for the issued letter or the order, no, or the legislation na nag-aalat ng, if I'm not mistaken, 7 billion for the tourism industry. Ito yung mga small time na mga travel and tours, resort owners, mga may pinapakain, etc., etc. So that's one thing.
6, 7 right now.
Ayun, sige. How will the tech respond when it comes to internet problems? We'll have to adapt to it.
Yan, isa sa mga questions.
So we'll have to
Sir
adapt
Jovit.
to it. Habang ginagawa infrastructure. Yes, Jovit.
Yes, sir. Question ko yan, sir.
Oo. Ayun. Nalito na ako.
Narito na rin ako eh. Sorry.
Oo. So, saan na bang question?
So, paano po kumbaga yung tech? Paano nila...
We'll have to adapt to it. We'll have to adapt. As with the students who are adapting to blended learning, we'll have to adapt to it.
Especially, kailangan talaga... Especially, I recommend talaga that the government upgrade their internet speed, especially with the COVID cases coming in na talaga and online classes and internet traffic would be so heavy kasi there's online classes, there's also colleges would also do online classes. Na talagang recommended talaga here in the Philippines talaga mag-increase na tayo ng internet speed natin.
The role of the government is to provide a legislation, the law, to ease doing business, especially sa mga telecommunications providers natin. Kaya nga tayo nagkaroon ng third telco kasi mga may duopoly and then mabagal pa rin internet natin. We're not going at par with the other countries when it comes to internet speed. I myself have experienced internet from Singapore na ang bilis-bilis, nauubos yung battery ko, yung mga ganong hindi natin na-achieve yun dito.
Yun nga balita ko from my parents kasi they went to Singapore a few years back. Napakabilis na ng internet.
Napakabilis ng internet doon, really. You can download, it's illegal to download torrents in Singapore, by the way, as far as I understood. Pero I've tried to download some files, mga photos and all that. Ang bilis. Ang bilis. I tried to browse, ang bilis. I miss that. I really miss that. Sige.
Okay, next DJ. Question would be, ako na. So, what safety measures will you apply from the pandemic to conventions if mass gatherings were allowed again? Questions for the both of you guys. Sir David, Sir Jay.
Kung babalik ulit, sige, mauna ko muna, David.
What measures? Parang parang government
especially we're talking about safety measures na, especially pag bumalik na ang conventions anytime, pag okay na lahat, pag clear na ang what safety measures will you apply?
I think event organizers should have to really follow something na protocol mismo ng Department of Tourism, ng Department of Health, kasi yung mga safety protocols na to are the organizers are subject to the government's ruling, no? So we don't know exactly. I personally don't know exactly ano yung kailangang safety measures kung sakali na bumalik na, kasi manggagaling yan sa government. Siguro we should practice social distancing or wear face mask or face shield. Pero ang hirap na pag naka-cosplay ka, may face shield ka, may face mask ka, di ba? So
hindi ka na makahinga sa armor mo. Kung naka-armor helmet ka pa, patay.
Kaya it will all depend on the government protocol kung ano yung gagawin nila. And the organizers just have to follow these safety protocols. Yun ang para sa
Pero kayo, sir, personally, what would you apply in future conventions man lang?
Kung ako yung pupunta, as an organizer kasi, I cannot say specifically what would we apply kasi it will all depend on the the government procedures. Pero kung ako mismo yung pupunta, I think siguro attendee na muna ako, face mask ako, saka face shield. Kasi mahirap mag-master pogi na hindi kita yung bigote ko, no? Naka-face mask ka, so...
Ako recommend ko for shops, especially sa mga stalls natin, dapat may plastic shield sila sa harap. Especially if they're just looking at items, they hold up na lang ng ng seller. Tapos to check na rotate na lang, check the bottom, check the top. Tapos pag kailangan i-closer look, ilapit na lang sa plastic Tapos meron tayong alcohol. Tapos merong alcohol
advance nga tayo. Pwedeng virtual eh. Alam mo yung anong laro yan, yung
Roblox or Animal Crossing.
hindi meron laro na
VR chat.
Yun, VR chat, di ba? If someone could actually do a convention using VR chat, diba? Or,
There was.
Diba? Okay yun.
There was. Sa Japan, kakatapos lang.
Yun, okay yun.
And sa VR chat, may mga bumibili doon. I believe, kasi yung isang platform na pinuntahan ko, hindi ako makabili. Pero sa VR chat, I'm sure they can buy that. They can buy stuff from Comic Viket to VR chat. Virtual, lang, online currency lang, online payments lang.
Kaya lang, highly technical na talaga yun.
Mapapahaba.
Highly technical talaga kasi especially VR chat is kinda ang dami nun eh. Tapos pwede ka maging trap. Inisip ko na kasi. So ayun nga, kayo Sir Jay, ako kasi personally, gusto ko, if ever ako organizer, gusto ko lang ma-apply doon. Merong plastic face, may plastic shielding ang mga booths with sanitization lang talaga, with like alcohol, sanitize after checking an item or mga ganun. Yan ang gusto yung recommend ko sa mga, if ever cosplay conventions would be allowed again. Okay, sir, so what do you think?
Okay. If cosplay conventions will be allowed again, dapat may vaccine dyan. Kung wala pang vaccine, I will not take the risk of holding it and ako magiging accountable to hundreds of people who will eventually contract and be forced to quarantine for 14 days sa kanilang mga tahanan. Kasi kahit na sinabi ng may vaccine na tayo, how many months will it take to have a sufficient stock of that vaccine for every infected patient or infected case? I will not take
Pero
the risk
sir,
of holding.
yung question ko is, sir, what safety measures will you apply from the pandemic to conventions?
To conventions, physical distancing, face shields, face mask, sanitation. I think we share the same point with David earlier, no? Pero yun nga, as much as I'd love to answer that, parang hindi ako confident to answer it yet. This is even from the standpoint as an event staff, and this is personal opinion lang, not related to my company, no?
Yes,
Yun nga eh. Parang as much as we'd love to do it again physically, I don't want to take the risk kasi future looking ka eh. If you're future looking, then you will have hundreds of people infected even if there's a vaccine already. Pinayagan ng mga yan. It's still not worth the risk. I will have to wait for the sake of safety, I will have to wait parang mga around a year after this pandemic ends just to make sure. Slowly but surely.
Di ba nga, sir, sabi nga, di ba, meron pa tayong either 2 years pa before a vaccine can be created or ma-cure na ang COVID.
And then Ebola outbreak pa sa South Africa.
Tapos meron pang yung bubonic plague, yung black
bubonic plague sa
bubonic plague sa China.
China, oo. You can't just simply expect that
I
things will
recently
go
seen
back.
in the news na nagsimula na nag-pool party ang mga mga taga-Wuhan. Kaya sabi ko parang
whatever they have there, hindi sila we're not Wuhan. So they can do what they want.
What really happened, diba? Kasi the weirdest thing is, alam mo naman, yung the biggest virology lab is really in Wuhan. And you could really ask yourself, how come na doon din nagkaroon ng virus at nag-spread pa, knowing na andon yung research lab na dapat kumukontra sa mga virus. So, hindi natin alam hanggang ngayon.
There's a mishandling, definitely. Hindi natin kasi common sense. There's a mishandling. Before we get too political about this, I just like to say na yun nga, unless we have the secret or the origins of this virus, this is SARS-CoV-2. This is SARS-CoV-2. We had a SARS pandemic before that even the Catholic Church in the Philippines has ask everyone not to hold hands habang kinakanta yung Ama Namin. Mind you. Or ano, 'di ba? There was that news. I still remember that. Sariwa pa sa akin yan yung ano eh.
Yes po, yes.
Time. Hong Kong, nako stars. So, really.
So ayun nga guys. We would like to remind everybody to stay safe, stay at home, especially in the GCQ areas na allowed na lumabas ulit, and also ang dami na nagbukas na industries, gyms and computer internet cafes. Pagkakaalam ko di ba bukas na yun sa GCQ, yung mga internet cafes, Sir J.
Yung iba.
Oo.
May tanong yata, does
the area you live in host a cosplay meetup each
The
month?
gyms are closed.
Currently kami sa PCP, we're now doing it twice a month na. And also, kailangan na rin namin since busy na kami lahat, especially pasokan na ulit and everything will be, As I think Jovit would study ulit, di ba,
May work
Jovit?
na ulit.
Yes po.
Kaya ayun, we're gonna doing it
Online class.
Yes. So, ayun talaga. So, ayun guys. Thank you guys talaga for joining us in PCP talaga. We are very appreciative, Mr. J, Mr. David, for joining us this week. Let's go to promotions. Of course, would like to promote again to everybody to donate and help make a better normal. All the details will be on the description of the post, and also we like my page at Guntography. I'm a photographer. For collaborations and other things, please message my page. And also, I have a YouTube channel called G Vlogs Philippines kasi wala pa ako nasisimulan. And of course, nag-aano pa ako, I will be starting gaming. I think the latest one I'm going to do is, the latest release on the PS4 is Hyperscape. Medyo mahirap. I tried one game pero mahirap. It's like a faster pace na parkour FPS shooter. Medyo mahirap. And also, I would like to promote my Instagram, guntography.ph. And yun lang. And also, like us here on PCP, also I would like to give a big thank you to Red Cloud Interactive and Sir David for the opportunity for us to broadcast here, of course. You can also listen to us on Spotify, Pinoy Cosplay Podcast, and on Anchor at Pinoy Cosplay Podcast.
Plugin na rin ako, DJ. Isang mabilisang na plug, okay lang?
Yes, sir. Kayo naman, sir.
Okay,
May promote kayo, Sir Jay?
Okay. Anchor.fm/Keepsakes. Mondays every 9 in the morning, Manila time. I have a podcast, and this Monday we will have Hinotora of Senko Watagaydan as our guest in the podcast. Also, I have videos every Fridays at 12 noon Manila time on youtube.com/jagonoy. Please subscribe to the channel. I'll be sharing an interesting Flashback Friday starting this September all throughout the rest of the year. Salamat po. And again, jagonoy.xyz and jagonoy on Twitter. Salamat po. Yun
Sir,
lang po.
if ever gusto niyo makikolab with the Pinoy Cosplay Podcast, we are welcome to have, sir.
Kukunin ko nga si
Kasi
Joey
lahat-
for the next episode. August 30 yung recording namin.
Yes.
Oo.
Yeah, sir.
Oo.
Of course, he's also representing Pinoy Cosplay Podcast. Sir, our co-founder, Mr. Jovit Ryan. Ano we promote mo, Jovit?
Yes.
Jovit,
Sana all.
promote.
What's up? Konnichiwa, mga kalodi. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jobs TV. And then guys, thank you sa lahat kasi yung mga videos ko is matataas yung views. And sa mga bashers ko, sa inyo.
Tawag doon? Monetized channel yan eh.
Ay, thank you. Ayan. And then, like my cosplay page na Jobs Cosplay. Ayan. And then, kita-kits po yun sa Sir Jay, sa podcast ni Sir Jay. So, August 30 yan. And then, yun. So, thank you, Sir David.
August 13
Apo, thank
recording.
you.
That will be coming for September pa. Oo, so
Apo, September.
First 2 weeks ng September.
Okay po.
Alright.
Sir
So
David,
next-
thank you po sa pag-invite.
So next,
You're welcome.
Reynand Hernandez. Reynand Hernandez, may promote ka ba? Rain? Nag-freeze. Rain? Nag-freeze siya. I think, Sir Allen, puro Gundam ko po yan. Collection ko po yan. Thank you for the comment. So, ang daming robot. Yeah, I'm a collector din kasi. Nawala si Reynand.
Okay,
Ako
yes,
na-
I will be promoting
Ayan.
my YouTube na. Talaga ba?
Okay.
Talaga?
okay ka na.
Nag-freeze ako?
Nag-freeze ka kanina. Okay, promote mo na.
Talaga ba?
Promote. Okay, try mo.
Uwe.
Promote.
Okay na yan. So
Okay.
I will be promoting my channel. That's Ray page. That's REYM. So Rainism. And also I would like to promote my Instagram page. That's I.m.rain. And yan, I'll be posting on September mga new vlogs ko. And stay tuned and stay healthy. Bye-bye. YOLO!
Ayun. Sir David, kayo, as always, promote natin ang inyong event. Of course, the online pop culture event for a better normal. Of course, all proceeds would go to Aksyon Kalikasan and Greenpeace. As always, we would like to encourage everybody to donate and help us make a better normal. Di ba, Sir David?
Of course, yes, thank you. Also, announcement on October 2020, we will be having the Naruto Day online Naruto Day. So that will be an online event.
Yes.
Yes,
Kaya
yes.
rin kami
Excited na ako dyan, sir.
nag-dry run is for that event kasi hindi pwedeng mawala ang celebration ng inspiration for Naruto kasi Red Cloud Digital Academy, which is coming up, and itong Naruto cosplayers are all inspired by the life of Naruto. Kasi to be honest guys, ako mabigat din yung pinagdaanan ko sa life. I'm an orphan and most of the other members, si Jobit, member din namin, yung mga pinanggalingan namin, we are inspired by the life of Uzumaki Naruto. Yung hero's journey. Kaya nandito kami lahat.
Sir, invite nyo kami
So,
dyan.
maraming salamat.
Of course.
Oo naman. October siya.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, ayun, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. Once again, you can listen to us at Spotify at Pinoy Cosplay Podcast and also at Anchor at Pinoy Cosplay Podcast. We are streaming every Sunday, and usually we start at 5 at Facebook Live. Of course, we just started using Facebook Live nung nakaraan pa. And also, guys, thank you guys so much, Sir Jay, Sir David, and very thank you for your insights on the matters at hand. Talagang marami tayong makaka-relate dito, especially guys, of course, as always, stay at home, stay safe, keep safe, and also guys, bye-bye everybody. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bago ko makalimutan, exleakevents.co,
Hello,
that's our
Philippines.
company.
My name
Bye-bye.
is Sushmita,
I'm Sam,
broadcasting live from Global TV Bollywood Studio, India.
live from Global TV London studio. You are watching Global TV Philippines
I'm so excited to join you. Catch me soon on the Rapporteur News with
Isabel
Isabel Fernandez and Chino Hansel
Filiang.
Together, let's unite the universe with substance by bringing news you can trust. Until then.
See you.